Yeah, so it's currently 7 p.m. and I did not do as much for my finals as I should have done. Yeah. It's gonna be done in like 50 minutes, which means the first study session is gonna be 50 minutes. Okay, I'm currently working on mathematics, which is which is fun because the exams are 2 weeks and I feel like I need 2 months in an isolated cabin to understand this. Well, we're just gonna do it anyway and we're gonna do our best, but I'm so frightened because the the math exams are designed so that you cannot finish them in time, or at least that the average student cannot finish them in time, and only like 60% of the students pass those exams. I really want to pass it at least. So we're studying for that now. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so a lot happened. I did a little bit of math. I actually wrote down a plan that I'm really comfortable with for the next 3 weeks for studying. The laundry is done. Also, I brushed my teeth, changed into my night t-shirt, which also, like, let me show you that. It is completely ripped. So that's the vibe. So here we got the little red notebook. Also, I want to read the Golden Notebook. It is supposed to be a good classic. I haven't come around to that. Anyway, so I have my red notebook, and I just wrote down what I need to do every day so that for the exams I'm prepared and I feel prepared and I'm well in my mind. So I have this rule of thumb that on a day before the exam I cannot study for that exam, and if I study for other exams, I have to limit myself to 4 hours. Each day before an exam, I can only do 4 hours of studying, and I need to do a 30-minute meditation before I go to bed to calm my mind. And on the day of the exam, I cannot do anything before the exams because all of my exams are in the morning. So I don't want to waste any kind of brain capacity that I have for the day. And also, I'm just gonna do slow mornings with reading, walking to university to kind of clear my head, and being there early, being prepared, and just, staying calm so that my mind hopefully can focus to its best ability. And so yeah, it is not perfect, especially for higher mathematics. I wished I would have more time, but I think we can make do with what we have. So I'm actually excited. I'm only excited because I love planning, but executing that plan is gonna be painful and dreadful. Also, the only thing I'm gonna think about for the next 3 weeks, and luckily the subjects that I'm studying are actually really, really interesting, so that's not gonna be a big issue, but it's gonna be intense. Which is why I'm gonna carry a sketchbook with me from now on for the next 3 weeks to kind of always have a thing that can distract me from my thoughts, because the thoughts cannot go anywhere. That takes a long time to get there. Like, if the thoughts cannot go anywhere, the thoughts cannot go anywhere that is too far away. That is scary territory during exams. My mind needs to be focused on something positive or on the exams. Nothing else is allowed. And so I keep a sketchbook with me so that I can sketch when I'm bored, and that I can kind of visualize concepts that I'm learning. That doesn't have to make sense to anybody else but me, but I feel like it's a really great method of memorizing, and it also helps me stay calm. So it's around midnight. First half of the day I was in lectures and in the laboratory, and then the second half I kind of just sat there at home and watched some TV episodes, which I don't like doing while studying so intensely because I feel like it numbs my creativity. But anyway, I was having a rough day, and so that's why I have to catch up to what I have not been able to finish throughout the day. The only thing I have to do is answer some questions of the protocol for biochemistry, which we have 3 questions here. I think they all should be doable. But tomorrow I can sleep as long as I want to, which is nice, and then I'm gonna sleep just how much my body needs. On days that I don't have lectures or don't need to go to university, I do not set an alarm clock. I just sleep as long as my body needs to sleep. Yeah, while learning for exams, I always try to work a lot with spaced repetition and active recall, which I think are the most prominent and popular terms that are being thrown around, but it's true and it's working. Also, there's another girl in my laboratory group, and she's really cool and intelligent, and she's so impressive and amazing. She's so cool, like she's so cool. Oh my god. I don't have time for that. I don't feel like I've lived. But I do have to say that studying makes me feel alive, which might be weird because what could be more inactive than sitting at a desk and thinking? There's nothing that is easier for me than to be present while I'm studying. And oftentimes in high school, people would say to me, you have to live more in the moment, you have to be more present. And I was like, you don't even get it. You don't even get how incredible, relaxed and calm and resolved from all past and future worries I am while I'm studying. I'm waiting till my timer is over because I always do like a 10-minute break after 50 minutes of studying because my brain just needs that. It needs to be let loose and just be able to walk anywhere at once so that it can focus again for 50 minutes. Cheers. I feel like I'm getting blind. Like I was sitting in the lecture, and it's normal for me that when I'm sitting really far in the back that I don't see everything quite clearly on the presentation. But I remember I was looking at the iPad of my friend, I didn't recognize anything. Like my vision was so blurred and it really made me scared, but it was just like for a few seconds, but I was like, shit, I lost my eyesight. It's all going down. I feel like my eyesight is getting so bad. I'm gonna be walking around like this everywhere. Like I honestly already feel like a grandma who's like holding her laptop closer to her face so she can see something. It is tragic. I've made a test for my eyesight recently and they said everything is fine and I don't need glasses. So I think it's just because I was tired today. But I cannot lose my eyesight. That is one of my most cherished abilities, qualities, whatever. I really want to keep it. So anyway, let's get back. So I kind of finished everything I wanted to do. I did it really broadly, like it's so badly written and I still have to do some research on the questions. But the first draft is done and that is a relief. It means that I have to do less tomorrow. Yeah, but also my finger keeps itching and I don't know why. Like I worked in a laboratory today and I did notice that I got like a little bit of the liquid that we were working with on my finger, and I don't know why the light keeps changing right now. I'm sorry, but I got a little bit of the liquid on my finger, but that was that cannot have been anything because it was mainly acid, and so I would have noticed it immediately if something would have been wrong, and if it would have actually happened because we're not working with anything dangerous, and I obviously washed my hands after that, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just some kind of phantom pain, but it's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'm really relieved that the day is over. I'm really excited to go sleeping. So good night.